Listen to me talk. Your time is valuable and I've wasted enough of it.
Oh, well I guess I'm up here now. I'm continuing to say that I don't really know if I am the Herald of Andraste for real, and that seems to be an accurate statement. Talking to him has positioned me rather nicely to just go talk to Varric at this point, so let's just cut through this tower if we can. Yep, it opens. And we'll meet this friend of Varric's when given the chance. I wonder who that is. I'm assuming it's someone from Dragon Age 2, because who else could it be? Varric wasn't really in anything else. And I don't really know where to go from there. There's Varric standing in the open. If I go in here, do I find something? Hello? Nothing? Nope, everything's broken. So whoever's here just literally doesn't exist until you talk to Varric, apparently. Alright, Varric, who's your friend? Well, that kind of spoils it, to be honest. So I guess we're gonna meet the champion of Kirkwall. Oh no! They didn't import the appearance of my character. That's a bummer.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him after all.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
You heard about Haven?
I have.
That's why we're here now. And why I have battlements instead of balconies.
May they serve you well.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I'll take any lead I can get at the moment.
Good. I'll do whatever I can to help. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
Where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. We thought that leaving would save lives, and force the Divine to divide her forces to hunt for us. But all the circles were rising up by then. We helped a lot of them take that final step.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my sister out of the Free Marches. I'm never really happy leaving Anders alone. But once I realized Wardens were acting strangely, I had no choice. I've seen Corypheus affect Anders' mind before. If he was involved, I couldn't risk it happening again.
Assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition. I think the exact phrase was, "has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess."
I'd like to know more about Anders. What was he like?
I don't know if there ever was just an Anders. There was a voice in him, driving him toward justice for the mages, so loud that it drowned everything out, even me.
I heard that you two were close.
When someone betrays you like that, it takes a long time to get past it. I don't know if we ever have, but I can't just give up on him. He'd be here now if it was anyone after me but the Wardens. Anders used to be a Grey Warden. I couldn't risk exposing him to whatever they're going through. It went poorly the first time we met Corypheus.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
Yep, that pretty much gets to what I was talking about before, which is if I have a character I like, I'll usually romance that character with whoever I am, regardless of gender really, just to get more scenes with that character, and Anders was that for Dragon Age 2. It's really unfortunate that they made me customize Hawk and you made you choose dialogue options about him, because that's not what my Hawk looks like, but I can't really make him look like my original Hawk. That's just kind of not possible. I do notice that he does seem to be wearing rogue armor though. I think I remember him wearing that exact armor set last time I played as him. I don't know if that's coincidence or if it's actually imported or not. It's probably not imported. I doubt they have every armor set from that entire game in here. So it's probably just an armor set they assumed a rogue would use at the end of the game. Because he was a melee 2-dagger rogue, and he was really fun to play as, actually. I'll probably put something on screen, maybe, to show what he used to look like, because it wasn't that, but it's about as close as I could get while being happy with it. But yeah, that would have been really amazing if Varric was just like, oh yeah, I have a friend to show you, and then your character from Dragon Age 2 just walks on screen. That'd be incredible. It's really unfortunate that they can't. It's really unfortunate that you have to customize them right on the spot and kind of break the moment's surprise. But hey, Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall's in this game. That's definitely a really cool revelation, and that's exactly what I was always hoping would happen in games like Knights of the Old Republic, because Knights of the Old Republic kind of ends with Knights of the Old Republic 2 kind of ends with you being like, alright.
Majestic. How was a place like this ever lost?
And when you're trying to find the guy from the, it looks like the guy from the second game is going to go try to find the guy from the first game. And I'm like, oh my god, Knights of the Old Republic 3 is going to have both of those characters in one place. That'd be amazing. And then they never made it. So this is kind of fulfilling that wish to some extent at least, and at least the decisions seem to have played through.
Scout Harding.
Your worship.
What's been going on?
Seeker Cassandra came through here, looking like a storm cloud. That's just her face, though, isn't it?
Shouldn't you be out there scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
What's been going on?
Ambassador Montilier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition. She's so lovely.
Take care.
Oh, well, at least Harding's getting along with everybody around here. There's a lot of jokes going on online about people being really obsessed with Harding and getting frustrated that you can't pursue her. So we have Iron Bull and Cassandra down here. Was everyone else still down here, or did they move? Because there's a few people I saw. There they are. Solus, Dorn, and Liliana. There must be some sort of group event that you get when you talk to them all, each of them. They're probably in your group for a reason. But let's go to Iron Bull and Cassandra while they're here. Sort of round out the party. I just want to talk to everyone because we've had pretty major events here.
Inquisitor, huh? Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise. Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. He doesn't talk much.
Hey.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori, or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't think the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink. I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
It was good to get their perspective.
Yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira have seen enough to be wary. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that, no matter what comes next.
Alrighty, so that was all a ploy by Iron Bull to give us a little moment with the troops when they don't suspect who we are. It's an interesting move. Let's see if we can what Cassandra's going to show us next. I'm surprised that it's kind of that move seemed a little bit out of whack with just first showing up here, but I'm amazed no one recognized me as being the guy that was just on top of that wall getting named Inquisitor. By the way, I'll be honest, I kind of thought I already was the Inquisitor. Didn't really realize that was a new title for me.
You knew where Hawk was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me! You interrogated me! What did you expect?
I expected you to tell the truth! I told you what was at stake!
So I just hand him over on your say-so? It's okay, Hawk. This zealot isn't crazy. I promise.
Ah!
Look at her. She's finally lost it.
This would be funny if it wasn't also kind of sad.
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but he had vanished. Then we looked for Hawk, but he was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So I must accept... what? That the Maker wanted all this to happen? That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Varric's earned his right to be here, Cassandra.
Thank you.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
What if you hadn't believed him, and you tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. He supported the Mage Rebellion, after all. He wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
Have you looked at our Inquisition, Cassandra? We're all fools here.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
More at home, maybe.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk or the hero of Ferelden, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
So we got a sad moment of self-doubt from Cassandra, but I do believe what Varric said. In fact, it was exactly what I was planning, because I'm watching these conversations and I'm thinking about what I want to say afterwards, and of course, the exact thing I was thinking of saying was, if you got Hawk and he was there, wouldn't he just be dead? Because everyone in the entire Conclave died except for me, and I don't know why I'm alive. I sure as hell didn't do anything special or smart to survive. I'm just some person who unwittingly didn't die. I'm a random mercenary that just happened to be on site and just didn't get consumed by the explosion by everyone else, like everyone else did, and we have no reason for that. So, despite his skill and worthiness and everything that happened in Dragon Age 2, and despite everything that happened there, we have no reason to really expect that he would have survived either. And as Varric says, he's frankly suffered enough. Hawk went through some serious shit in the last game, where you had what is it? His mother gets slaughtered in front of him. In fact, and his brother died. His sister got kidnapped by the Chantry. I think she survived the game overall, but he sided with the Mage Rebellion, but then had the love of his he had his lover turn into a straight up terrorist who's possessed by a demon. So much shit went down in that game that Hawk, I think, has had enough adventures for one lifetime, and unfortunately we've kind of dragged him back in anyway.
This thing is not a stray puppy you can make into a pet. It has no business being here.
Wouldn't you say the same of an apostate?
Inquisitor, I wondered if Cole was perhaps a mage, given his unusual abilities.
He can cause people to forget him, or even fail entirely to notice him. These are not the abilities of a mage. It seems that Cole is a spirit.
It is a demon.
If you prefer, although the truth is somewhat more complex.
I'm not sure how much more complexity I need, Solus.
Indeed, my dear. He may call it whatever he likes, but it is still a threat.
In fact, his nature is not so easily defined.
Speak plainly, Solas. What are we dealing with?
Demons normally enter this world by possessing something. In their true form, they look bizarre, monstrous.
But you claim Cole looks like a young man. Is it possession?
No. He has possessed nothing and no one. And yet he appears human in all respects. Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More than that, he wishes to help. I suggest you allow him to do so.
I should hear what Cole has to say for himself. Where is he now?
If none of us remember him, he could be anywhere.
Yeah, you look at them pecs instead of my face.
Haven. So many soldiers fought to protect the pilgrims so they could escape. Choking fear. Can't think from the medicine, but the cuts rack me with every heartbeat. Hot, white pain. Everything burns. I can't. I'm going to... I'm dying. I'm... dead.
Glad to see you're settling in, Cole. Here I was worried you'd have trouble making friends.
Every breath slower. Like lying in a warm bath. Sliding away. Smell of my daughter's hair when I kiss her goodnight. Gone. Cracked brown pain. Dry. Scraping. Thirsty. Here.
Thank you.
It's all right. She won't remember me.
Solus tried to explain what you are, but honestly, I stopped listening after a while. Any chance you could explain it?
Yes. I used to think I was a ghost. I didn't know. I made mistakes, but I made friends too. Then a Templar proved I wasn't real. I lost my friends. I lost everything. I learned how to be more like what I am. It made me different, but stronger. I can feel more. I can help.
If you're willing, the Inquisition could use your help.
Yes, helping. I help the hurt. The helpless. There's someone. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Someone make it stop hurting. Make her, please. The healers have done all they can. It will take him hours to die. Every moment will be agony. He wants mercy. Help.
All right. Help him.
It's all right. I want to stay.
Well, that was certainly an interesting introduction to Cole, because it's our first real conversation with him. I do have to keep in mind that everything I know about Cole from our alternate playthrough with the Templars is not something that happened here. All that happened... That woman's freaking out. She's like glitching through the floor. I have to keep in mind the fact that Cole was only ever in this game as the person who just sort of showed up at the gates and warned us about what was happening. I have to remember that she didn't help me overcome my own demons in the Templar story, because that's a different playthrough. From a role-playing perspective, I have to remember that I don't know him as well as I think I do, but as a player, I've been around him for hours. We did a boss fight with that character.
Inquisitor? Is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured.
Do we have many injured men?
Fewer by the day. The most grievously injured did not survive the journey to Skyhold. As for the rest, they either heal or... I try to make the passing painless.
I haven't seen you before.
The commander brought me up from the refugee camps. I'd been helping the pilgrims in simple ways, setting broken bones, simple amputations and such. We need all the help we can get.
You want a mage? Shouldn't we let the mage healers deal with this?
Magic can't cure everything, and we shouldn't rely on it. Science, your worship, is the way of the future. Good health isn't magic, it's diet, exercise, and a balance of the humors.
As you were.
Your worship.
It's always slightly surprising to hear someone refer to science in any context in this universe. I just can't help but wonder, like, is she cutting people open and filling them with maggots? Little Game of Thrones moment. The ways that medieval worlds try to treat people is always really concerning. What's going on over here? Is she like giving a lesson? No one's really saying anything. Weird. There's two people over here. Who's over here? Oh, it's Cullen and Cole. Okay.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Commander, soldiers have been assigned temporary quarters.
Very good. I'll need an update on the armory as well. Now! We set up as best we could at Haven, but could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was. With some warning, we might have...
Do you ever sleep?
If Corypheus strikes again, we may not be able to withdraw. And I wouldn't want to. We must be ready. Work on Skyhold is underway. Guard rotations established. We should have everything on course within the week. We will not run from here, Inquisitor.
How many were lost?
Most of our people made it to Skyhold. It could have been worse. Morale was low, but has improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor.
Everyone has so much faith in my leadership. I hope I'm ready.
You won't have to carry the Inquisition alone, although it must feel like it. We needed a leader, and you have proven yourself.
You responded quickly to the attack on Haven. Without that, so many more would have died. I'm grateful for any help you can give.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I will do everything I can to ensure the security of our people. You have my word.
This game seems to really struggle with the height difference in this game. They probably just designed the whole game around humans and then get caught off guard when someone plays as a dwarf or a Qunari. So my weird height is making it so that the camera is often just doesn't have my head in frame, and my face is kind of clipping through my clothes in weird ways, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't know where this... Oh, wherever that door takes me, I can't use it anyway. Oh, there's a weird note on the wall. What's up with that? News from Thetis. Haven destroyed by darkest menace. Dire needs from the Frostbacks. The Pilgrim Sanctuary of Haven, home to the new Inquisition, has been destroyed. Information is still vague, but some believe that a dragon resembling an archdemon was involved in the attack. Fears of a new blight are beginning to surface. As the Chantry continues to flounder, some are concerned that Haven's destruction may predict the Inquisition's imminent collapse. However, there is yet hope, as reports indicate that the Herald of Andraste and Inquisition leadership survived and have found refuge elsewhere. Crier Belenas. So that's good news to have. So the news is spreading about our survival. I haven't found the people that are still upstairs. I must have to be able to get to them somewhere up here. Somewhere in here there must be a way. Oh, hello, Varric. Just kind of moving around, are you? Oh, here's the door. Okay. Here's how I find everyone else. There's a ladder. Is there anything up here? There's nothing up here. Oh, there is something up here. Okay. Ooh, Lore Master. That's for getting 250 codex entries. I took note of the fact that apparently most people unlock that trophy before they do either of the trophies I did, where I get every single character and I complete that Breach story mission. So surprisingly, people often get that first. Anyway, the Rotunda and the Fresco. Sister Leliana. As per your request, I have made a thorough examination of the fresco adorning the Rotunda. I first attempted to clarify its intent with Messer Solis. Forgive me, I know he is not titled within the structure of the Inquisition, but the more I learn of his experience, the more awkward I feel not using his formal honorific. On the mural, all Messer would say is, Skyhold is his fortress, meaning of course the Inquisitor. These are his actions. He is of course correct. The subject of each edition is self-evident. On the medium and method, it is elven fresco, pigment and plaster, and it is grand. I have rarely been privileged to observe such skill as it is applied. It is considered with long periods of study before the image emerges, whole cloth and with certainty. It speaks of how I imagine elves view the world and the measured nature of their step. I should expect such competence from Messer. given his probable years of study, but it's still an amazing work, demonstrating the art with few living practitioners even among the Dalish. Archivist Banan. And he just sort of decided to leave that around.
What's this place? So much room for whatever was here.
So I'm guessing that means that Solus is trying to do something here. But the inference there was that he's painting, but I don't see any actual paint up yet.
Inquisitor.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
We spoke of this on our travels to Skyhold. What more can I tell you? Cassandra and Varric seem more familiar with their adversary.
You've given me good counsel before. I could use some now.
My apologies, Inquisitor. My poor manners shame me. I claim no secret wisdom, but I will guess as best I can.
I'd like to know more about the orb he carries.
As I said, that must be the means by which he created the breach. I suspect the blast that destroyed the Conclave was more accident than anything. The result of unlocking power that had sought release for ages. What I cannot understand is how he managed to survive such an explosion.
You said that you believe the orb is elven.
I never would have believed a Devinter mage could unlock such a powerful relic. It clearly enhances his abilities, giving him access to power he should never have known.
Like the power to control the archdemon.
Indirectly, one assumes. Nothing in any lore connects my people to the old god dragons who became archdemons.
What can you tell me about the source of Corypheus's power?
According to the lore, the ancient Magistars of Devinter received guidance from the old gods. Corypheus commands a false archdemon, a corrupted old god. This suggests he no longer sees himself as their minion. Some of his unique power comes from the corruption of the Blight. The rest may come from the orb he carries.
What do you think Corypheus will do next?
You shamed him when you destroyed Haven. Spoiled his glorious victory. It would be worse to acknowledge that you had done so. He must continue on his course or show weakness. He will return to his plans to throw Olay into chaos, and then conquer it for Devinter.
You're sure that's what he'll do?
As certain as is possible. Assuming I can plausibly predict a man who seeks to rise to godhood.
And can you?
The key is understanding this. No real god need prove himself. Anyone who tries is mad or lying. His deception will undo him, as it has done countless fools before.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
So Corypheus, sorry, my throat's getting a little messed up here. So he wants to take over the world in very sort of straightforward Machiavellian, just, you know, maniacal villain sort of ways. And he wants to overthrow Orlais, and he's doing so with the power of a relic he found. Oh, this goes upstairs. Let's check out the other direction first, I guess. Oh, there's something to read over here. Request for resources on the Fade. Ooh, 100 and 100 experience, so it's definitely worth picking up just for that. Regarding your request, as a noted partner of the Inquisition, Lady Montiliet has ensured our contacts are quick to reply. The few titles in hand accompany this letter, with the remaining en route from libraries in Valrayo and surrounding. Archivist Banan. Fade in Spirits, Mysterious by Brother Ferdinand Genitivi, and Enchanter's Observations by Anonymous and Unholy Grace, author unknown. On Silver Chords by First Enchanter Irving. Wisdom Failed, The Hedge Maze, collected by the First Enchanter Heron. Translations of the Elian Excavation, collected by Brother Ferdinand Genitivi. Tevinter Journeys Inward by Arcanon Vus. Our Orlesian Hearts by formerly Sister Laudine. Speaking to the Other, a translation by Lady Guy. On Lyrium, A Templar's Memoir by Sir Traus. Dalish Myth and Collected Truths Against, collected by Sister Petrine. Lots of crazy elven words through Matol Decoris, untranslated by author unknown. There are 2 more pages of titles listed beneath. So it's a whole lot of materials involving... There's a lot of research involving Dalish artifacts, or elven artifacts in general, I mean, and some stuff about magic in general. This place is blocked, so my only way to go is up, apparently, which I assume is where the other 2 characters are. Maybe everyone has their own floor in this tower. And this will be... I think this is the last of us checking in, so now next we'll just go on our first mission since Skyhold happened. Oh, Dorian. Is this where all the spellcasters are going to be found? Nope, Liliana. makes sense. We have our two very studious spellcasters, because our other spellcasters are crazy spirits. And wait, is Cole a spirit? I don't actually know. I think he's a spirit. But I mean, is Cole a mage? I'm not actually sure. But we have Cole and Vivienne outside. But Vivienne's all about appearances, and Cole is kind of crazy with his weird way of seeing everything as a spirit. But Dorian and Solus are two studious types, and Leliana's our intelligence officer. So they're all going to be in this, what seems to be a library tower, which makes sense. And there's Fiona. Don't necessarily remember who she is. She might be the one I just recruited as an agent a few episodes ago that I brought the phylactery to.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
The attack was unexpected. We're all rattled.
I'm not rattled. I'm the hero of this tale.
Then why isn't Corypheus after you?
Good point. Does that make me a lackey? That's dangerous work. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters. A dark spawn.
Who does the Imperium say started the Blight?
You know how it is. Not us. They say Darkspawn were always there. Magisters and the Blight aren't even related. Is that a surprise? No one wants to admit they shit the bed. But if Corypheus is one of the Magisters who entered the Black City and he's Darkspawn, what other explanation is there?
We only know what Corypheus claims to be.
True. He might be a convincing liar, or delusional, or insane. But how many delusional maniacs are going to have that knowledge? He broke open the Fade. I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no. It was us all along. We destroyed the world.
You didn't do anything. Those men did. 1,000 years ago.
True, except that one of them is up and walking around right now. Not to mention I have idiot countrymen who would happily follow him down that path again. No one will thank me whatever happens. No one will thank you either. You know that, yes?
That's not why I'm doing this.
I knew there was something clever about you. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world. Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
Interesting. So Corypheus, not only did he go through and actually encounter these, not only is one of the people that went back in the first, like, what am I trying to say here? He encountered the Dark City, as they put it, the throne of God and things like that. And I didn't put this together until just now, but I guess he's the original. He's one of the people who created the Darkspawn, basically, and made the Blights a thing in the first place, which is certainly interesting. That might have been explained in a previous game in more detail, and I might have just forgotten that, because frankly it's been years since any of those games came out, but that's definitely noteworthy. What do we have here? We have Fiona, we have a book over here. I don't feel like reading anymore right now, because this place is going to be packed with things to read, isn't it? Let's turn in our research if there's any. Red Templar, Foot Soldier, Pauldron, and Archer Bow. So that will hopefully make us more powerful against the Red Templars.
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. I am to serve as assistant to any research concerns. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
We can meet some of these characters later, but I don't think I want to get wrapped up in them since I'm already talking to so many party members back to back. That was interesting though. Like, she's apparently tranquil. That'll be something to follow up on later for sure. But here's Leliana.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
More likely they would have stayed out there, died, and we would have lost Haven anyway.
You don't know that. Their lives could have bought Haven a small chance. My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter.
Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus...
We are better than Corypheus.
Leliana's harboring some guilt of her own over what happened, thinking that she could have fixed everything. Very similar, actually, to how Cassandra feels, but we can't really dwell on that in that aspect to that extent. It's understandable, and I'll let people feel that way for a while if they need to, but ultimately, this whole clusterfuck was gonna happen no matter what anyone did. None of us knew it was gonna. None of us knew it was coming, and just based on that, we couldn't have done much about it. But anyway, I think that's about all we need to do right now, because we've spent some good time wrapping up and covering, you know, all the different people and how they're feeling in the aftermath of all this, and we have more notes to read next time or in the future at some point. But at this point, I think it's about time to go to the war room, but since I've been playing for a few hours, I'm going to take a break. So thanks for watching, guys, like always. And next time, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, I'm not in the building I thought I was in. I was trying to head towards the building that hang on a minute. Actually, no. I just remembered I never talked to Varric, did I? I just encountered him long enough for him to introduce Hawk.
Cassandra's calmed down. I think you can take your hand off your crossbow.
Define calm down for me in terms of who or what she's punching right now. I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
You could have told us about Corypheus sooner.
I found out he was involved at exactly the same time you did. Until he showed up at Haven, I thought he was dead. Nothing we saw at the summit made me think he'd been there. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry.
Oh, I feel a little bad for that, but yeah, Varric keeping information away in general is not great, but who really could have known that, Corypheus, of all people, was involved? That's almost the most random surprise. Oh, this is the path to the war room. I am in the right building. I just got confused by all the different doors. Or actually, have we talked to Joseph? Yeah, we talked to Josephine. Yeah, we talked to everybody. I think that's everybody, so that was a hell of a lot of talking to party members. It might even be an entire episode worth. Sorry if that was boring, but there was a major change in the story, and since the cast is so huge, we need to catch up on with all of them before we move on. But next, we're either going to do a story mission or we're going to do more open world stuff. I don't really know, but we'll figure it out when we go to the war table next. I'm going to take a break. Thanks for watching, guys, like always, and I'll see you next time.